very happy that today we have opted for a very, very important subject of OTT. This is one beautiful way to entertain people of this world. During this pandemic, yes, people been confined to home. The whole entertainment system have slowly and gradually shifted from outdoor to indoors, and OTT has emerged as one of the best source of entertainment for large number of audience. At the end of the day, media and entertainment industry, which is the best, the sixth biggest in the country, the largest in the world, is always standing with the open hands for all the newcomers, for all those people who have love and passion for this industry. With all these words, I once again welcome all my important dignitaries who are here to guide us, to support us, and to express their experiences, to share their vast experience of the industry.
The importance of OTT platforms cannot be overemphasized. But during this lockdown period, producers were wondering what they would do with their completed films, because one completed film means an investment locked, and that investment could range from 5 crore to 100 and 125 crore also, because everybody knows today films are being made at huge budgets. I would give credit to the OTT platforms that they came to the rescue of the film industry. So in these 15 months of lockdown, reopening, and then lockdown again, in these 15 months, if the industry has lost approximately 4,000 crore of rupees, at least 1,400 to 1,500 crore of rupees have been recovered only thanks to the OTT platforms. So what I mean to say is more than 25% of the lost income was liquidated because of the OTT platforms. So I think that much more money is in circulation. Otherwise, I'm not even talking about the entertainment it has provided to the general public, etc., etc. For the industry per se, this has been a boon, and this has been the silver lining in the otherwise dark lockdown period.
We need big star movies to crack this OTT plus cinema release, because smaller films, people are competing with the net, with the Amazon and Netflix and Paglayat and all that, those kind of movies are coming as it is. There's a lot of entertainment out there. So we have to focus on the big stars and then the simultaneous release on cinema. And we have to, what Jio did was Jio widened the whole net of people. So the film industry has to ideate on how to widen it, bring down the price, give incentives. So the price is not, for Salman 249 and 450 is okay. But smaller films, if you rate it lower, 20, 10 rupees, and you widen it to 200, 300 million people watching, then you're talking a huge amount. Someone has to do the maths.
There are different formulae. One is those people who have watched it on ZEE5 and Zeeplex. That entire revenue comes to Zee. There is no sharing. Then there are DTH platforms, Tata Sky, Airtel, Dish TV, and D2H. Now that money, if people watched on one of those platforms, that money belongs to those DTH platforms. And out of the revenue generated, a part will be shared with Zee, depending on what the agreement is, 30%, 40% or whatever. So that is one more. Plus, ZEE5 allowed its latest subscribers, probably those who had subscribed just 1 month before 13th May or 2 months, I don't know exactly. They allowed them to watch Radhe for free, because they said if they have just become members and asking them to once again pay 249 is not fair. So there were 3 different kinds of viewers, and therefore it would take a long time for them to also understand what the revenues from this model would be. Secondly, unfortunately, none of the digital platforms are willing to share information. There is absolutely no transparency. At least Zee announced that 4.2 million viewers watched the film on the first day. Imagine the other platforms just say that it has been the best opening so far. Now that best could mean 5 million, 50 million or 50,000. One doesn't know. So till transparency is not visible in the accounts of the, or in the figures of the OTT platforms, I think it'll be very difficult to assess and to gauge how much any film has collected.
But actually, thank God OTT is there, you know, because otherwise, what would have happened to the industry? All those movies would be unreleased.
Yeah.
At least that money's come. Plus, shootings are going on. Ke chalo theater mein nahi, OTT mein dal denge. You know, that backup is God sent. Absolutely.
These days, we can keep experimenting with new ideas on OTT. Let's fight piracy on OTT, on internet till theaters don't open. I think finally OTT is just an additional solid territory along with theatrical business. After the theatrical business is exploited, one can depend on OTT as another territory. It cannot be the main territory till we have this parasite called piracy. So today, OTT is something like oxygen for box office, like in these Corona days. It's just helping us survive.
As an actor, actually, if I'll say, OTT has thrown open the doors for all the talented actors. And it has emerged as a democratic platform for actors. And I think there is no monopoly, you know, on OTT platforms. So if I'm not wrong, there was a time when good film content never used to get chance to be screened in theaters. Even if they get chance to release, but the screen timings were used to be so odd, like 10 a.m. In the morning or 4 p.m. So that time, who has the time to go and watch, you know? So now what I feel, platforms like Amazon, Netflix, and Hotstar, 180 countries are watching them.
In today's world, when Komal made a very interesting point when he said that earlier the comparison was with a big screen versus a small screen. So whether I would watch a Salman Khan star in a small screen for free and a pirated version, or should I go to the big screen and, you know, with my family have a good day and a good day of entertainment and do that. Now the option is a small screen and a small screen. So therefore, you know, the trade-off has somehow changed. And therefore, there is a greater tendency for people to go for, go for a channel wherein earlier, if they go out with their family, you know, to a multiplex to watch a Salman Khan star, they would spend at least, 1,500 rupees. Now, even the 249 becomes, oh, why should I, you know, if I watch it on Telegram, I'll do it for free. And clearly they do not know that it is a crime or whatever. So number one, that awareness needs to be created. So I think the future, if this OTT platform is to continue independent, as the only channel till the time our cinema halls are not open, it is a good idea to stick to films which are more experimental, where more and more producers and directors and film actors get an opportunity to make films, and to maybe postpone a little, you know, the big ones, you know, maybe an Infinity War or something like that. I would have not want to watch an Infinity War here in my drawing room, wherein I don't have a 3D, where I don't have the surround sound. So I think producers also need to think that whether big budget films are meant for OTT or not.
OTT has come up with films which are not, and the contents which are not only Bollywood films, Bollywood films, or nothing like, you know, like only Hollywood typical theater release films. They have come up with contents that is released, that is made only for the particular OTT platform, like Netflix have in series, in films. So they have their own films. In that case also, you enjoy those films watching, and they have lots of content, and that is something which you really enjoy, and that's their film. But finally, OTT has its own charm. The theaters has its own charm. Theater has their own audience and their kind of movies, and OTT also have their own charm and own kind of content.
Regarding this piracy, you see, basically earlier what we used to have between the fight between the producers and the pirates. Now I think it is boiling down to the other platforms also, like the single screen exhibitors and the OTT platforms, etc., etc. It's not the question of only piracy. You see, there are so many other areas also which we have to look into it. Now, as we say that once we are habituated, or once we just get used to these OTT platforms, will the audience will come to the single screen later on? So there are so many areas, the piracy we have been working. In fact, Film Federation of India has submitted so many papers It's not only a question of piracy or revenue loss and anything. There are so many things from which we have been facing, especially in this COVID period. Whatever the loss we are having, how to recover those are also very important factors. So let us not only discuss about what exactly will be the losses because of the OTT, but there are other areas also. I think we should look into that, and that will be very, very important.
Not only in piracy, not only the film industry or the television industry or the OTT industries are losing huge amount of revenue, but it's a huge loss to government itself, wherein government is also collecting a good amount of GST in that. Probably we might have to do some kind of maths to tell government that how much they are losing due to this piracy, and they need to enforce this or make adequate rules and enforce it so that piracy from India goes away from forever.
We as in people or an audience are understanding that as of now today, OTT is of course is the best platform to whosoever is available and whosoever they can access it. But eventually everybody is looking up to opening of these multiplexes of these cinema halls and going and watching and having that grandeur feeling, of course that grand feeling that we are going with the family and watching and having popcorns and having other things along, and of course that family time, that friends time, and that me time that used to be different in box office. So of course we are looking forward that pandemic gets over and we are again back to our normal life. We're again back to our, big, multiplexes, that charm. And till then, of course, OTT is doing a good job. It has opened up many platforms. And in terms of piracy, if we talk about, piracy was there earlier and it's there now also. It's there in OTT platforms. It was there at the box office also. So piracy has a different, kind of a thing wherein we have to have different level of experts and, set of team of people, those who can actually stop it and can work on it. So that's another segment of it.
And we have Mr. Abdul from London. I would like to have his words. How is Radhe doing over there and on OTT?
Now, I'll take an example first. Here in the UK, the government, because the government actually, like everywhere in the world, did come up with this issue of lockdown. And so what they've done here with the theater industry is to ensure that there is a support mechanism from the government. And this is the fact that the government needs to support because the government relies a lot of money through taxes from the theaters. So it's mandatory then for the government to have done what it's done. I hope Indian government is doing the same to support. So that end of the end of the lockdown, business can still run by these very viable industries. Now, when we look at this, let's be very realistic with ourselves. Now, someone just mentioned about 90% of people in India do not have access to the box office cinema. That is the reality. And so what has come up with the innovative way of the OTT is to ensure that a larger number of people can now be able to have, at least also be able to view the films that have been brought into the market. So, and someone has also mentioned about rather than charging about 1,000 plus rupees and you pay 249 rupees, end of the day, you still make more money. And that is on demand. And that is the fact. So we have to live with the times. What we should be talking about is how do we ensure that the box office, the cinemas, can be able to mobilize, promote the benefits of cinema. They have to do a lot of work on that.
Sir, a student is asking to you that what will be your tip to students to become a famous film critic?
You start loving films, and just to be honest to your profession, there is nothing in the world that can stop you. One, you must love the medium of films. You must love films. Keep watching films as much as you can and analyzing. And secondly, be honest. And success is yours.
We'll move ahead with Samiksha ji. With the invent of OTT platforms, what has been its positive and negative impact on an actor?
So I think for an actor, it is 100% beneficial. On OTT, they perform, audience can watch them, and yes, it is a personal experience for me as well.
Dr. Mahul, what keeps you motivated to engage yourself in so many things and giving best out of it?
The thing is very simple. So, I do one thing at a time. So, if you meditate every day in the morning for some time, and then it clears your mind, and then you will be completely able to focus on the thing at hand and not think about 10 things. So when I am engaged here, in this discussion, I am not thinking about, writing my next chapter, or my work, or my teaching, or my last golf swing. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just thinking about the discussion that I'm in.
Do you recall any one incident in your life which has really told you that just stop, I can't put it forward, I can't stretch it further, and I've just given up, and suddenly you have broken the threshold and decided, no, this can't be the end, and you have taken it up and become the Rajiv Chaudhary?
No, I don't think I've ever given up. I have learned from Mr. Ramraj Nahata ji. I will always pay tributes to him. I'll always be grateful to him. Ramraj Nahata ji was the editor of Film Information. Komal Nahata ji is his illustrious son. And I have been watching him. I have seen him at every step. And that has encouraged me to stay strong at any moment of your life.
So students want to know that 5 key things which a filmmaker should carry being a learner. If they're learning filmmaking, what 5 things they should have, they should keep in mind and work accordingly?
One of the most important thing to remember is the person who is never present on the set. He is the most important person, and that is the audience. So as a filmmaker, while we are making a film, while we are taking a shot, while we are shooting a scene, while we are writing a screenplay, whatever we are doing, we must first of all decide that who is the target audience of what we are setting out to make. Unfortunately, when we learn theoretically through books, this aspect is missing. But I have spoken to various filmmakers who went to the industry. Like I was speaking to Randhir Kapoor ji, and he told me that when he joined Lake Tandon as the assistant, the first thing that he was taught that while we are making a film, we must think, that for whom we are making this film. Unfortunately, we come to this point after having made the film. Once we have completed the film, then we start asking the publicist that kindly, arrange the publicity, because we never knew who is the target audience of a film. So if you want to go right in making a film successfully, then you kindly remember the audience. I think you will never go wrong. I don't want to take too much time. I'm always available to the students, and those students who wish, I will get in touch with Shikha to speak in detail. This is a very, very important subject, and I really congratulate the students for having raised this question. Thanks a lot.
Now, for giving such a valuable time, precious time, becoming the esteemed members of this forum, enlightening, giving guidance to the students, becoming the source of inspiration, we present you token of love and appreciation. To begin with, we present the first appreciation certificate to Komal Nahata sir. We thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time for the session. Thank you so very much, sir. Moving ahead, we have Parashar sir. Thank you so very much, sir, for giving your valuable time and gracing this occasion, sir. Thank you so very much. We have Dr. Mahul sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Students were having a lot of questions. We couldn't do that. Thank you so very much, sir, for giving your valuable time. Moving ahead, Rajiv sir, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for your valuable time and guidance. So thank you so much. We move ahead from here. We have Samiksha ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Payal ma'am, next in row is Payal ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving your valuable time and, gracing this occasion with your presence. Thank you so very much. Thank you all once again for being such a patient and wonderful audience.